The very first book I wrote was in 2019. It's called The Artist Journey, Bold Strokes to Spark Creativity. And this was like, after years of working in psychiatry and also in art, and just, I felt like I had something I needed to share in there about being an artist. And really, the big idea here is about believing in yourself and trusting yourself. And it's pulling from, stories, it's pulling from conversations, it's pulling from a talk I gave at the San Francisco Opera. It was a group off of the San Francisco Opera, the hero and the hero's journey, and the hero's journey in art. And so that was in there, and just different things I've learned over years of talking with people in psychotherapy as well as artists, and seeing patterns. And it just kind of like it was, what do you call this? Almost like a legacy piece. It was like, I always wanted to write a book because I had these experiences I wanted to, express and share and all that. And this just meant so much to me. It's just something about having a tangible, something tangible, like a tangible painting, right? You can hold on to. And this actually is a painting. It's gone now to a collector on the cover that I did. And, I had this just wonderful woman in Tennessee who did the typography, this gorgeous typography of the artist's journey. She did that by hand with watercolors. I had this amazing editor, Yolande McLean, and I had this amazing man who helped me lay this out in this really unusual way. So there's breathing space in this, okay? And and it's connected, it's got like there's a book library you can hook into and listen to things. I've got an audiobook on this. Some people really, really enjoy the audiobook and will listen to it again and again in their studios. I've had artists tell me that. And it's just been, one of my favorite things. It was kind of like what's the word besides legacy? Kind of like, it has just very, very meaningful to me to just put this down, like document it, to put it down on paper, to put it down in writing, right? And it's kind of my sermon. And it pulls from, history and different ideas like Kaizen and all that. And it's psychological. It's the why to, not the how to. In case you haven't noticed, I'm real big on the why, and the meaning behind it. So there's that. I love that. And then after that, actually, another book happened. From that, the Artist Journey Creativity Reflection Journal. And that was like a year later. That was in 2020. And this is a painting that I did. It's on the cover. And again, working with the same kind of, I love this square format, just like I love squares and painting. And this is very much like a kind of a art journal with lots of visuals in here, stories. It starts with the inner journey, right? And the artist journey, different aspects on the path, the cycle of creation. And it's basically, it's a art journal where you fill it out. It's a reflection journal. So you go in there and you write in it. And it asks questions. What's your big, juicy artist dream? It's got wonderful quotes from long ago, oftentimes. And yeah, it's just lots of fun, just different, kind of drawings in there. And Lindsay Blakely is this young woman who helped me to, lay it out and she did these illustrations. She's a graphic artist. Bite into it, baby, the sermon. And it's just a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. So you might consider that. And then the third book is The Adjacent Possible. We've been talking about that on here. This came out in September of 2021, right when we were leaving for Scotland to take our daughter to University of St. Andrews. And this is, as you saw, it's this painting back here. It's back behind that board, but on the cover, and it's called, The Adjacent Possible, Evolve Your Art from Blank Canvas to Prolific Artist. And this is all about what we've been talking about with the adjacent possible. And it starts out, it opens with a story. So it's kind of pulled from my imagination, the story of an artist. And then we go into journey into the unknown, unfolding possibility. And it's just, people told me that they really enjoyed this book. It's about going to that pivot point, phase transitions and creativity. We didn't even get into that here. Stories, experimentation, and surprise benefits of ugly art. Lots of stories. There's some pictures in there, traps, so forth. This is really about the science of creativity, and it's about the art and the science of the possible. Okay, and people have loved it, and I enjoyed writing this very much. And then we have a fourth book coming. We're working on it. I'm very excited about. It's going to be in this Adjacent Possible series, and it's going to be a guidebook and stories from artists. So, this is going to be co-created, co-authored with Bruce. And we have different concepts from the Adjacent Possible, from the methodology. Okay, we can go and detail that. Then we're going to have stories from artists who have worked with me, or some are friends. Some, it's more like friendship, but most of them have worked with me, and they are in the book with vignettes, little stories that illustrate and animate these concepts. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. It's coming very soon. I've been working doggedly on that for quite some time, and we're getting closer, but that'll be a lot of fun, and we'll have a party with that. So